How's it going, guys? So, before I get to more important issues of the day, I just want to say that, there's an issue that came to light today and something that I was talking about for a long time, and people were telling me that it's not an issue and not to worry. I was always asking people, my friends in Israel, what about Ben and Jerry's? Why are we eating Ben and Jerry's? Aren't the inventors of Ben and Jerry's a bunch of leftists and they hate Israel, even though they're Jewish? And I said, no, it's just franchised out. It's a different company that owns Ben and Jerry's. And I was always thinking, but at some point this has to, the chickens of this whole thing have to come home to roost. The people that own the name or the franchise or whatever it is are going to, basically say the jig is up. And lo and behold, today we found out that the jig is up. So my friends, once again I'm vindicated, and once again we realize that Ben and Jerry's are not what they are cracked up to be as a company, nor are there, the name, the people that have the namesake, and now there's a whole political issue, now there's a whole corporate issue. But what I want to do tonight, my friends, is I want to conduct a test of sorts. Obviously, we hear that certain, social media outlets have certain ways of filtering out certain content. We understand that there are methods of how they do that. Some of those methods are, they have things that track the audio of what you're talking about. So, with that said, I'm doing this, to be honest with you guys, I actually didn't want to talk about this topic, this issue. I've spoken about it many times. I spoke about it a long time ago, but then I realized, it's very, how should I put it? It's very inflammatory, and I don't, I feel like people are, there's just a lot of information that people are not ready to hear, or people, when they hear it, they're just kind of like, well, I don't care, and I'm going to do this anyway. Okay, so I stopped talking about it. But a friend of mine today said, listen, Tzvi, you have a platform, why don't you talk about it? And I said, well, I don't want to lose my platform. I don't want to lose all the fans that I built up, even with the blacklist that this website has been put on. I don't want to lose my channel on the other outlets. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to conduct just a little bit of a test, a short test. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use words, CODE, right? I'm just going to conduct a test. So, okay, here we go. So, as you guys probably know, what I'm going to call the Zionist Occupier entity signed a contract, right? They signed a contract with a certain company by the name of Schnauzer, right? And the company Schnauzer is based in the States. And the company Schnauzer makes bombs, like weapons. Okay, they make weapons, not bombs. They make weapons. And actually the weapons are made in Germany by their subsidiary called, Bomb Tech or Missile Tech. Okay. So this Missile Tech signed a contract with the Zionist Occupier entity here in the Middle East to provide weapons. Okay? To provide weapons. They did this last year. And actually, I didn't even know this. Oh, they did this when? January 6th, 2021. Oh, what else happened January 6th? Something else in the States. Interesting. Okay. So this is a contract called Real World EPIDEMIOLOGICAL Evidence Collab Agreement. That's what it's called. Okay. Between the Zionist entity, Occupier entity, Ministry of Weapons, acting on its own behalf, on behalf of the Zionist Occupier entity, and Schnauzer Incorporated, a Delaware corporation, corporation with its affiliates. Okay. A company, Schnauzer and Bombtech, a company organized and existing under the laws of Germany, are collaborating to develop a weapon to address the global, war pandemic. Global war. Okay. Agreement, So now, we read, this is all legalese. This is the official, ladies and gentlemen, this is official document on the website of the Zionist Occupier entity government. The Zionist Occupier entity. This is a PDF. It's a redacted PDF. Okay, so now we read. We go all the way to page 6. All right, it talks about funding. Page 6, everything's available, and then we go to page 6, and it says indemnification, limitation of damages and liability. This part should outline, if anything should happen with these weapons, right, produced by Schnauzer and sent to the Zionist Occupier entity in the Middle East. If anything should happen in the fallout of these weapons, who is liable for damages? Ladies and gentlemen, this page is completely blanked out. Blank out. Blank out. Between Schnauzer, oops. Sorry guys, let me flip over so I don't trigger any kind of technology here. Here you go. Between Schnauzer and the Zionist Occupier entity. Blank. Here you go. Hey, you see? Government, official government thing. Indemnification, limitation of damages and liability. Blanked out. And now we get representations and warranties. Okay, and then they talk about whatever, this and that. Okay, legalese, more legalese. Now we scroll down to, more legalese. Now we scroll down to, 8.2. This is the section that talks about, I think it's still liabilities. Ownership. Okay, unless otherwise agreed to the agreement, intellectual property was jointly developed by the ministry of this Zionist Occupier entity and Schnauzer. Shall be jointly owned by the Occupier entity and Schnauzer. Okay, so they're working together to develop things. Okay, now we scroll down more and more. Publicity, something else is redacted. Some days notice, whatever. They don't want lawsuits. 10.6, we have no idea what this is. No clue. 10.5 and then 10.6. Then it says, the Zionist Occupier entity, Ministry of Weapons, attention Dr. blanked out, 39 Yirmiyahu Street, Jerusalem, email blanked out, and Ministry of Weapons Government.il. And then Schnauzer Inc., Dr. blanked out, Schnauzer Weapons, whatever, 235 East 42nd Street, New York, New York. And then you get Schnauzer this, legal, dispute, and now you get dispute resolution, 1010, completely blanked out. All right, redacted, very nice. So basically, my friends, the indemnification of the liabilities in case of damages is blanked out, and the dispute resolution is blanked out. Now we scroll down further. That's basically it. It says, what is it? Remainder of pages. Okay, let's touch on that blank. That's it. Wait. The Zionist Occupier entity, Ministry of Weapons. My God. Name Professor Hezi Levy, Director General, and then Schnauzer, name redacted, erased. So at least Ministry of Weapons, we know who signed this. So I guess he's like the fall guy here. Okay, there you go. Endpoints. Confirmed war cases a week, confirmed war hospitalizations, confirmed war severe cases, confirmed war ventilators, confirmed war deaths, casualties. And then you have just casualties cases a week. Weekly number of weapons as total by age and demographic subgroups, number of cases. Additional analysis and weapons effectiveness analysis as agreed by the parties. Direct weapons cost averted based on model impact of national weapons program on soldier visits, you know, and admissions to the infirmary, let's put it this way. Okay, data transfer requirements, same thing. Requirements, something else was redacted. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was a test of the censorship system. This was only a test. I want to see what happens to this video. Curious. But as you could see, basically, if anything happens in wartime with these weapons, first of all, there are no lawsuits that can be brought to the company called Schnauzer or to the Zionist occupying entity. Good luck with that until at least the year 2024. And we don't know what the terms are of these, because they've been redacted, of any damages and liabilities. We have no idea. And you could say, you know, you can ask any person who works in venture capital and they can say, well, listen, they're redacted because you don't want outside people to see them. Well, in this case, the outside people are the citizens of the Zionist occupied entity and other people of interest who may want to see this information. May be important to them, since they're putting, you know, they're using a particular weapon in wartime, developed by this, you know, weapons factory, weapons company. So yeah, it could be important. You know, fairly normal. Anyway, guys, so let's see what happens. You know, information is out there. You pretty much understand it. Understand what we're talking about here. And we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Zat Hashem. All right, guys. It's been real, and I'll talk to you soon.